Hey guys, it's me again. We're going to be doing some drawings today about landscapes, okay? So we talked a little bit in my video where I was doing some painting and you were watching me do that, and I'm going to finish that painting up in another video in a few weeks. Today we're going to look at the basic elements of a landscape. So there are a few things you need in every landscape. Is that too high? Okay, good. We're going to be doing in the landscape you need a few things in there. One, probably the most important thing is the horizon line. And if you remember, the horizon line has an important job. It connects the sky and the land together. A lot of times people, when they're coloring a picture of something outside, they'll have a strip of blue at the top and a strip of green at the bottom. And that's not the way a landscape would work. You need that sky and the land touching each other, okay? Another thing that you would need in a landscape is have this section where the land is divided up somehow into foreground, middle ground, and background, okay? So foreground is things close to you here at the bottom. Middle ground, a little bit smaller, and background, very small, upright next to the horizon line. Doesn't matter what it is. If it's a tree, it's a house, a car, whatever, those things would have to be like that. So let me do just with basic thing, I'm going to do just a house in each area, okay? So I'm going to start with a big house here, and as long as the bottom of the object touches the bottom of the page, I know it's in my foreground, okay? I'm making very simple house here, just to get the points across to you. Now, that house is in my foreground. I'm going to make sure that stays my biggest shape, okay? The next house I'm going to do, it's going to be up here in the background. I'm going to do that so that I will have a better idea how to make the medium-sized one. So this house is going to be back here. It's going to be much, much smaller than the house in my foreground. Okay? So foreground, background. Close, far away, big, small, bottom, top. Okay? And then your second house, the medium-sized house, it needs to just be in the middle area. And you just want to make sure the bottom of this house is not touching the bottom of the page. Okay? Now I can do something like maybe connect them together with a path or something if I wanted to. But the most important thing is we're looking at size relationships. And we're looking at where those shapes are located. Another way to show space in a picture is through overlapping. I could have easily put my other house, my middle ground house, right here and just not draw all of it. So now this house looks like it's in front of it. As long as I see the complete object here and it's drawn clearly, it doesn't matter if I've completed this object all the way, because my brain relates this one to that one, and this says, oh, that's in front of that one, okay? That means it's farther away. Those are some ways to create distance in your picture, because that's all you're trying to do when you're doing a landscape, is trying to figure out how to create space in a picture with a drawing on a flat sheet of paper, okay? So foreground, middle ground, background, horizon line. I've seen people even, to help them remember foreground, middle ground, and background, they'll actually draw a few lines to be like hills in the picture for each area. You could do that too. All right, so I want you to do a landscape picture. Doesn't matter what's in the picture. It could be something silly if you want it to be. But there needs to be a foreground, middle ground, and background. There needs to be a horizon line. And the things in each one of those areas need to be the right size in relationship to where they are. Big at the bottom, tiny at the top and far away. Foreground, middle ground, background. Does that make sense? Okay, I can't wait to see your stuff uploaded onto Seesaw.